Hey, welcome to Philosophy on the Couch.
Today's episode is...
And our sponsor today is Jill Albee.
Ladies, ooh, Jill Albee does your man need a helping hand and no one exceed? I'm talking about clothes, understands the help she needs to hit. Oh, a man who understands born in fairyland. You did this time and the bad. Only reason they don't call us cavemen still is we've got brains enough to build with sticks. Is so and. Look no further. Jill has the cure friend mode. All the elixir to give to your need is a conversation where he understands. Yeah, a dude made from sweet roses and 300 other all naturals. You can rest assured is both safe. It's guaranteed to engage in intelligent 12 to 20 minutes. That his ability to talk federal thing. Sense of dare I ladies, Mama Vu here for you. So make to ordinary payments of $3 and Mama Vu will send not just 1 5-ounce bottles of sugar madness. And man can't talk like your and we know he friend mode elixir.
Elixir is not FDA approved. Use occasions such as rashes, swelling, poor attitude. Any of these symptoms, discontinue using. Consult your mother of the use of product agreement and Mama Voodoo Jill or psychological damage that may occur.
But seriously, Jill, thank you so much.
Thank you. We really.
Welcome.
Woo!
Candy.
I'm excited.
Yeah, it's gonna be. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be. Yeah, dude, Jill. Yeah,
gotta work. What was it like? 10,000.
That much? It was like $3,000.
Of $3,000.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Somebody might think it's worth it in general.
Fair enough. Fair.
See, Liz would want one in certain circumstances.
Ridiculous.
We might as well start it up and get to the main candy. That's what it boils down to. What else is there? I mean, the dressing up costume, but their main focus would be any different. We should talk.
Definitely.
Candy is important. I think we need to talk about it.
One and the same.
Nutritious for the soul.
Definitely. It's got to be. It makes you happy and fall asleep right after. So
what details?
That's why I give it to my children.
And
so they don't go to sleep.
In all of our reasons to love candy.
Oh, okay.
So
what are your
you know what I think we should do?
Okay.
We'll start at go down to 1 and we'll each list.
Okay. Do you want me to go first?
Yeah.
The number 5 is whatchamacallits.
What? Your top 5?
It does.
Nobody even knows what they are.
Exactly.
Nobody cares. That 9 listening would not have whatchamacallit.
Assume that as well. I think they're great. 1.
Really?
Yeah.
It's been a long time since I had one. I think I wasn't like.
We'll have to do that. We'll get some. Try them tonight.
Okay. 5 is going to be Snickers.
Wow.
That at number 5.
Okay. I certainly hope that variations of the Snickers, like Snickers with peanut butter.
They're not. I can guarantee you that. Real question.
Yeah.
It's also a real question. Back to what are they made of? What's in? I don't take that as an answer
for you. It's chocolate.
Real
it's
chocolate,
got like crispy. I don't know though. It's not that much chocolate. No, It's like that. Fun. I can't explain it. Whatchamacallit.
Everybody knows what a Snickers. If you don't know what a Snickers is, ask somebody. Buy one.
Wow, Ryan. I actually have a tie for number 4.
And you do that. You're 3 then. Really?
Yep.
When it comes to candies,
you'll.
Oh, you're gonna have like the blitz or some nasty thing.
Put me with the older generation.
Fake chocolates.
The candy coated fake.
Anybody
chocolate.
blitz?
6
Because I'm sorry.
Because
6.
Yeah, don't worry. Number 1 isn't Werther.
My number 4 be sweet tarts. What? What's wrong with them?
They're just. I'm glad someone likes them.
They're gross. Okay, but so.
I mean, if
single movie theater across people didn't like them
because they put them in those, they can sell for like
they're
$2.
not in boxes.
No,
obviously you're buying candy. The section that says, "Come buy it." Old fashioned candy is bad because I do
candy, and I'm not buying candy.
Well, then you need to check out in Wadena, Minnesota.
True. No, I'll give you reasonably priced. Yeah, Cozy Theater for doing what you do, which was a tie for me. Tied for number 3 for me.
Really? And like way off of the coconut?
Yeah.
Tropical. Yes. I can see how you're progressing, so I can predict your next.
Excited to hear what your prediction.
Yeah, okay.
But
My number 3.
Okay.
But I like to eat them a certain. Not always, not anymore. Time to care how I ate things.
Would
I
you
used
bite
to
off
eat
all-
layers
Okay.
at the top and eat the layer. But
I'm
decent
fine. I'm fine with that. And again, at one point in my life, they probably, but
into tropical Skittles.
that's right. Can predict.
Yeah, you're
Incorrect.
number 1 then.
Number Snickers with almond.
Oh,
Yeah,
not Snickers with peanut.
they're
Wow.
fine. If I'm gonna have a Snickers, like the 3 main ones in my almond, regular, and peanut, I would choose them would be almond. Personally.
Much kids, man,
Yeah, me too. Yeah,
but they like pretty much any candy.
fair. My top 5.
Kick.
I would probably, I feel like, could go a bunch of different ways in one of them.
Okay, but
Yeah,
dated.
I didn't say score bar. Okay.
Still would have judged you. So
Obvious. Yeah, no.
all right, I'm interested.
My number 1.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
knew it.
good.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Here, what was that pound bag of high chews
Big. Yeah, it's big.
on the way out? We ate the entire. Just 3 of us.
Like, didn't eat that many.
I think.
Did, but not.
But he was
nearly as much.
driving. Like, sit
Preoccupied.
there and shove them in his face like we did.
2
We
pounds of
probably
sugar.
should have been. That would have been nice.
Yeah.
I feel pretty good about this. Really high end. It's like really, really high end produced. So it can't be.
So you say
But
that
it's
chocolate,
it's chocolate, smooth and creamy, delicious.
Toblerones,
No.
Rochers, or whatever they're
It is-
called. Or
Yes. Oh,
they're
I
good
got a bag of those.
flavor because I know they come in different flavors. Which one's your favorite though?
It is really good. I do really
Okay.
good ones. Well, and then man, it's hard to regular milk chocolate or the out of the flavors.
Okay,
So good. Yeah.
Lindor truffles.
Mm.
Hey, well, cool. I'm glad that we.
Sorry. We didn't have anything
The closest we got was almond.
Oh.
Right, not the same number.
impressive.
Yeah.
You know, I
Just name some like off the top. That Twix. I would
yeah,
say Twix.
Twix are good.
Milky Ways.
I wouldn't go so far as to call Milky Way an honorable mention
I would.
personally.
Okay. Well, that's fine. You don't have to.
I
Throw
think-
some out there. You're taking forever.
Yeah, I'm working on it, man. You're jumping on top of me like I just need to come up with this right now.
Yeah, you
Fast
do.
break.
You need to.
Fast break.
Take 5.
I feel like there's other fruity stuff out there. Swedish fish.
Yeah.
I like those.
Starburst.
I would jump. Starbursts are fine, but I would rather have a Haichu or a what are they? Mamba? Is that what they're called?
Are those other?
Fruit chews.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're also like squares, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Those are pretty good. Oh, this is what I don't know if this would have made my top 5. Possibly would have knocked out Snickers. Not sure.
Okay. Wow. Reese's.
No. Reese's are good, but if you have you ever had the why am I forgetting everything tonight?
I don't know. The ones with the cookie on the
have
bottom.
you ever had
Mm.
yeah, have you ever had peanut butter smoothies from this
No.
candy place in Pennsylvania?
Yeah,
They're
all the
like-
time. I just
They're
you go
stop,
to
stop,
PA
stop,
and,
stop, 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 stop.
You know, grab me
Just
a
stop it.
Yingling and a
You can get them online.
Peanut butter
You can get them
cream.
online.
thing.
But anyways, they're like a Reese's peanut butter cup,
Uh-huh.
but
It's called a cow patty, right?
instead of no, it's a peanut butter smoothie. We talked about this, but instead of chocolate on the outside, it's like a butterscotch creamy type thing.
So it's butterscotch and peanut butter.
Yes.
I don't want that.
No, you need to try it.
Well, you get some next time you go to Pennsylvania.
Puts Reese's peanut butter cups to shame. One other thing I'll mention about that before I go back to what I was trying to say earlier, which I don't remember what that was.
Cowtails.
Cowtails are good. Why do you keep interrupting me, throwing me way off? I can't handle this. The traditional Reese's peanut butter cups
Mhm.
are far better than any of the other crap that Reese's has put out.
Really?
Yes.
See, I don't necessarily even agree with that. I like some of the more like
More peanut butter in it, less
no,
chocolate.
No, I want more chocolate.
Yeah, me too. So what else other than the original has more chocolate?
The little bunnies have more chocolate
Okay.
than peanut butter.
Okay. I'd probably be willing to try that.
And the Reese's
hard for
Minis
me-
have more chocolate than peanut butter as
Yeah,
well.
it's hard for me to say that you can beat the balance of the original,
Yeah. Debatable.
but yeah.
Debatable.
Now I remember, after all of your garbage of throwing me off.
Pocky?
Stop.
Have you ever had Pocky before?
No, Mentos.
Diet
The
Coke.
fruit Mentos. The fruit Mentos are good. I like those.
Do you like Mike and Ike's too?
Yeah, some of them.
Mike and Ike's are better than Mentos.
No, I wouldn't say that.
They are.
No.
Mentos are not good.
No. Then you haven't had a Mento.
You probably like eating Tums too, just for fun, right?
No. Have you? I'm talking about the fruit ones.
I know what you're
Unless-
talking about.
Yeah. Either you haven't tried Mentos or you haven't tried Tums. One of the two.
Tried both.
No. Wait, you're talking
Not a
about
fan
you're
of
talking about
either.
the chewy Tums? Are you talking about the chalky?
The chalky. Those are like bottle caps.
Mentos aren't chalky.
Yeah, I know.
Well, then why are you comparing them?
Because they're both gross.
No, they're not.
Okay.
I'm gonna buy like 10 packs of Mentos and I'm gonna shove them down your throat.
Wow.
You're gonna learn to like them.
Good thing this is the Halloween episode because it's a little dark for us, Ryan. When we lived in Colorado Springs, we were fairly close to an Asian Pacific market, and they had all sorts of like candy from not America.
Sure.
And I remember we got this one, and it was like
Could it have been that the candy was from Asia?
some was, some wasn't. Not all of it was. So like they had candy from all over the world there.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember getting one, and it was like it was supposed to, I think it was from like Holland maybe or something like that. And it was a coffee flavored candy. And I remember eating it and being like, this is the worst candy I think I've ever tasted.
Hmm.
It was absolutely awful.
I'm not a fan of coffee flavored candy.
Yeah, it
in
was
general.
gross. I'm also not a fan of like Mexican candies that have like chili. in
Oh
them.
yeah, I don't like
That's
that
not
either.
my thing.
Yeah.
Maybe because I didn't grow up with it.
Yeah. I mean, obviously.
Because I'm like, that stuff is gross.
Yeah.
I remember this one was like a powder and it was like in this little jug and you're just supposed to like, eat it, right? Just-
Mm.
And it was like, yeah, like chili powder and like chalk. It
Nice.
was gross. Somebody brought it into work one night.
Nice.
Yeah, it was not.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't like that.
Yeah.
Speaking of not liking things and talking about candy.
Candy corn.
Yeah, candy corn is just here because it's a weird
It's a
Tradition,
tradition.
yeah.
Yeah.
but
If you
how
like
do you-
candy corn, rate us. I don't believe it. Send
well,
it to
are the
me.
little candy corn pumpkin things,
Those are gross too.
they're
all of
better
it.
than the regular candy corn.
Just because it's better doesn't mean it's good. Okay. It's still bad.
I'm just saying they're better.
Bad.
Wow. You were really moody tonight.
Not moody at all.
No.
Standing by my convictions.
That's fine. I want to know your conviction on the candy tax.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. Candy tax. You got to.
So how much do you tax your kids? Oh, well,
70
first of all, for the
75%.
listeners, just explain the candy tax.
Yeah. So, you spend your time walking your kids around trick or treating or driving them around or, whatever you do, getting candy for them with them. And then because you did that, you tax them. You take some off the top, right? So how much do I take? 75% for sure.
75%?
No, I don't take
Okay.
that much. I'm just kidding. I would say maybe like a few pieces each. And of course it's, what I want. It's the prime stuff. I'm not going to take like the Tootsie Rolls and, like the Brock's, like
Right.
tri-colored candy things.
Sure.
Those aren't even that bad, but I'm still not going to take them.
Sure.
I'm taking, like the name brands,
Well, I think,
the little patches of Sour Patch Kids.
yeah,
Yeah. Give me those.
for us, it's not so much like a strict tax. Like we're
Mhm.
going to take, so much. We drove you around. We're going to take a little bit. It's more so our kids get way more candy than they could possibly eat. And we might go with I haven't talked to Liz about this.
It sounds just like you're justifying it. Well, they can't eat all that candy, so I guess I'll have to help.
Kind of, but no. But I have heard of the strategy where you literally just let your kids eat everything they can possibly eat right away.
Sure.
They get as much gone as they can,
so they get sick
that night. Well, sure, but then it's gone and you don't have to deal with it after the fact.
I mean, that's fair.
So that's one method that I've considered a little bit.
Okay.
But usually it ends up that it sits around where, every week we'll play like Candyland.
Sure.
And the kids can sit and eat a bunch of candy while we play Candyland.
Okay, that's fair.
And while that happens, there's certain things that just disappear equally out of their candy buckets as time goes on. So we don't have a strict candy tax.
Sure.
But I would confess that we do eat some of their candy.
Okay.
Not so much for me, because I'm not a sweet person. I think we talked about this. I like salty snacks and stuff like that.
Same.
But Liz is all about candy, and I'm going to throw her under the bus again this week. Okay.
So
I got candy.
This is what, the 7th or 8th week running then that you throw under the bus?
I love her. Everybody knows that.
Of course.
However,
we heard the spiel.
Yeah.
Something with birds, right?
Yeah. But there was one Christmas where we all got a bunch of candy.
Uh-huh.
I think it was either her parents or her grandparents. They got people just a bunch of different candy and some money for Christmas.
Sure.
And I went home and I put my candy in the cupboard where it would be safe for me to come occasionally and get a piece of candy and eat it.
Sure.
One day I decided I would like a piece of my candy, and I went to find it and it was gone.
What a shame.
And she had eaten all of my candy.
Unbelievable.
All of it.
Wow, Liz.
Yeah. Didn't ask, just took it.
Wow.
Because if it's not going to be eaten, then she feels like she's entitled to it.
I mean, how long did you wait?
It was probably a solid month.
I mean, that's fair game.
So I don't think that's fair game.
I agree with your wife.
I hadn't even opened it.
Doesn't matter.
It was my candy.
A month.
It was my candy.
That candy was going bad.
No, it wasn't. Candy lasts way longer than that.
Nope.
Yeah.
Good job, Liz.
No. All right. I need some help from you guys listening. Is there an expiration date, so to speak, on when you have claim to your candy? Or is it something that, hey, guess what? You've got a week to eat that candy.
Yeah.
And if it goes past that, I'm just going to take it.
Sorry.
See, I don't agree with any expiration date.
Also, I doubt she just ate it all in one sitting. And she binged it.
Oh, she probably did. Yeah. She was sitting up on the couch like Gollum, when he eats the fish in Lord of the Rings, just sitting there slapping the candy on the floor to kill it and then eating it. Yeah. I'm sure that's how it went down.
I bet.
Has to be. But
no, even if that is how it went down, good for you, Liz.
Yeah, well.
Continue to eat his candy.
No, I just
And don't make him any pie either.
I just don't think that's fair at all.
Are there any costumes that you think get kids more candy?
No.
No?
Well, something that's not offensive.
Well, sure.
Which is most costumes.
Yeah.
But I don't think so.
Okay. Do you think it's just more like being polite when you get your candy, saying thank you?
Yeah, probably. It depends on the house you're going to, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Some people want to see the scary stuff.
That's fair.
Some people want to see the cute stuff.
What would you rather see?
I think that something creative.
Yeah.
That they put some effort into.
I was going to say,
but let's be honest. I don't think that I would. I'm not that interested in handing out candy.
I mean, me either. That's why I live in the country.
Right. So I could probably care less.
Wow. If I had to pick, I would definitely say something that's homemade over a store-bought, because then they've had to put in some effort, right?
Sure.
It's okay, yeah, you worked for that.
Right.
You know, it wasn't just like, oh yeah, we went to, you know, Costco.
Sure.
Like I did
Yeah.
to buy my kids' costumes.
Yeah. Well, that's okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
If I had to choose,
Sure.
I would say
So
homemade.
homemade.
And-
When you were growing up, did you do homemade costumes then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have a favorite costume from when you were a kid?
Oh, I'm trying to think back. I mean, I feel like I was had some pretty standard costumes.
Yeah.
I mean, like hunter and army guy and stuff
Carried a
like-
real rifle around every single time.
No, but I had a wooden toy rifle.
Oh, nice.
Like it was pretty cool. Bolt
Sure.
action.
Ooh,
Yeah.
very nice.
But no, probably my favorite would have been. So does this have to be when I was actually trick or treating and was not an adult?
Yeah, not adult. Let's
Because
go.
I don't
well, let's
I
go-
don't go into the like whole adult dressing up thing.
Yeah,
I just lead a youth group and
right.
everybody was dressing up. So I dressed up as a pirate, and that's probably my best one. But as a
Okay.
kid, probably, you know, where I got to buy a costume
Sure.
and it had a sword and a shield and a breastplate and a helmet and everything.
Yeah, so like a night
Because you can play with that
after.
outside of,
Yeah. So that was your favorite?
probably.
Okay. I think mine, I think it was the October of 96,
Wow.
because I'm pretty sure that's when we had that huge snowfall,
Sure.
if memory serves me correct.
I think you're right.
I was a Grim Reaper.
Ooh.
And I remember being like in my snow pants and stuff underneath my, you know, black gown
Sure.
thing. Then I'm pretty sure that was store bought. But I
Right.
remember my dad and I made a scythe out of like a big stick. And I'm not sure what he used for like the blade portion, like underneath, but it was wrapped in like tin foil. So it looked like metal.
Wow.
And I remember being like, oh yeah, I'm so cool. Like, you know, little 6-year-old me
Yep.
walking around with
Huh.
this, tinfoil scythe
Sure. That's a
in like deep snow, mind
Yeah.
you. So I was probably like a super lumpy little
Yeah.
Grim Reaper,
Yeah.
you know?
Grim Reaper. I mean, shows up in a lot of movies and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
So, do you have a favorite like Halloween or scary movie then too, or book, a scary book? I don't know.
I'll go with, well, I don't know. I've got a couple things.
Go ahead. Yeah,
Movie,
let's hear it.
movie, because it was kind of like the first franchise that I really got into. And I will say they definitely went downhill after the first one,
Mhm.
but the first Saw,
Okay.
the first one I thought was pretty good because it was much more of a psychological type thriller than the rest of them. They kind of became gore fests, which I'm not even totally against. I'll be
Yeah.
honest. Yeah, I'm kind of
I'm
fine
not a
with it.
fan.
Well, that's fine. That's fine.
I don't find entertainment in it or
That's
value.
that's fair.
Yeah, I'm just.
Yeah.
I was just
yeah.
discussing Jordan.
I think there's some semblance of story plot. And like the other thing is they definitely do connect them all together in the end, which
Okay.
is cool. You see like all the different ways that they've,
Yeah.
you know, are connected. But anyway, I'm going to go with TV show. And I know I've recommended you
Yep.
so many times
Yep.
recently.
I think you have texted me the recommendation 2 out of the last 3 days.
At least.
Yeah.
I mean, I would probably say like 6 out of the last 7. I
Sure.
feel like, but yeah, American Horror Story.
Hmm.
And I know a lot of people didn't like it, but I really do. And maybe it's because I went in with lower expectations. But
Sure.
and then also it helped. I mean, it's cool because like one of the main actresses is from Minnesota,
Okay.
so like
Huh.
in one episode of, I believe it's season 2. She says from somewhere to Hackensack, which is funny because it's like just like a little nod to Minnesota.
Yeah.
So,
Huh.
because like how many other people are going to be like, oh yeah,
Right.
Hackensack,
Right.
you know?
Huh.
So,
Well, I don't think I have a favorite movie
yeah,
or TV show. I probably have a favorite book though. And that's why
Okay.
I brought it up so I could have a favorite something
sure.
with it. I really like and I would highly recommend this. 3 by Ted Decker.
Mm,
It's a
Okay.
good one.
okay.
Keeps you guessing the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Psychological thriller.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I can't tell you anything more.
Sure.
than that,
That's fair.
other than highly recommended. So,
I can get behind that.
yeah. Speaking of books, Jordan,
Yeah.
we talked about how we had some special stuff for you this episode.
For me?
No, for the listeners, Jordan.
Oh, yeah.
You're so selfish.
Super selfish.
No, we told you guys we had some special stuff for you, and we do. We actually sat down and wrote a small short story for you and put it into an audiobook.
Yeah.
So the premise is really, I think we really wanted it to be a little silly, maybe a little weird from a like Halloween type
Yeah.
perspective.
Right.
And I think you'll like it. I think it'll be good.
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't, just,
That's okay.
send us a rotten tomato in our email, philosophyotc@gmail.com. But it's been a lot of fun. And I think we're going to have a lot of fun including you into the audiobook.
Yeah. Hopefully you guys like it.
Yeah.
Honestly, Ryan did most of the writing. I read it once and was like, oh, yeah, this is pretty good. Maybe edit this. But yeah, it's pretty good. You did better than I could.
Well, hey, I mean,
But thanks for trying to
team
give me
effort,
credit.
though. Team effort. Because, I mean, but on the production side of it, I mean, it was all you.
Sure.
So, all right. Without further ado, we'll jump into our audiobook for you guys. The Story of Billy Ray and Lima Bean Jean. Written by Ryan Wright. Recorded and produced by Ryan Wright and Jordan Walls. Billy Ray and Lima Bean Jean had become the best of friends almost instantaneously on the first day of the first week of the first month of the first grade. It was here that a lifelong friendship sprouted and blossomed so very innocently and pure. They were the closest of friends throughout elementary school, becoming high school sweethearts and college-aged lovers. Having recently become engaged, it was a romance only found within the likes of a Nicholas Sparks novel. Only their love was not destined to be plagued by terminal diseases or unexpected death. Yet. Like many young couples often are, Billy Ray and Lima Bean Jean were quite excited at the prospects of beginning their lives together. So much so that even with the wedding date set months away, they decided to begin the arduous task of picking out all the free goodies their hearts could desire at the local market of Target. Tonight, Halloween Eve, would be the very night that they would make a smashing of it, enjoying the shooting of the little laser gun barcode scanner at every item that they wished. They could hardly keep themselves from leaving work early and starting their evening immediately. Alas, Billy Ray was not one to compromise his work ethic, and it paid off as he was now part owner of a thriving business named Low Voltage Plumbing Supply. However, as soon as the clock struck 5, he whisked his way out the front door to pick up his future bride. As he entered his vehicle, he couldn't help but feel a foreboding sense of worry. Not one to often feel such an emotion, he glanced out the windows to take stock of his surroundings. Nothing out of the ordinary.
Wait,
He thought.
such a strange set of clouds moving in.
They began to cover the sun as if they were there not simply to block its rays, but to smother it to death. Clouds, dark gray, menacing, with a hint of an eerie green, the likes of which he hadn't seen before.
So much for the little tacks getting to trick or treat tonight.
He thought to himself. Fearing they would be stuck outdoors in foul weather, Billy Ray drove to Lima Bean Jean's house to check on her and plan their night.
Beanie Babe,
He said when he arrived.
I don't think we should go out in this here storm that's brewing up.
Lima Bean Jean, daunted by the task at hand, replied,
Oh, Billy, I just can't bear the thought of putting this off. I have so much to do with the wedding as is. I need to get this out of the way.
Willing to do anything for his smoochum bride-to-be, he conceded. And so, they left the safety of her home and made their way to the market of Target.
As they pulled into the parking lot, it was eerily empty, a quiet, almost desolate feel.
Ooh, it's not even busy,
Squealed Lima Bean Jean in excitement. Looking over at Billy Ray, she could sense something was amiss, for there he sat, lost in thought.
Billy Ray,
She scolded.
where are your manners? Here we are at this fine establishment, about to go about our sacred business, picking out our free things, and here you are sitting there distracted by who knows what.
In truth, Billy Ray was distracted. He could not deny it.
Sorry, Beanie Babe. It's just that lady standing at the door. Something just seems off about her.
Lima Bean Jean followed his gaze. Sure enough, there, leaning against the red pillars in front of the doorway, was a gangly and unkempt woman, with slouched shoulders and eyes that seemed to seethe in displeasure. She seemed to be staring straight into their souls. Uncomfortable, yes, but this was no reason for Lima Bean Jean to give up on her night of dreaming and goody-gleaning with her husband-to-be. She had made up her mind.
I have made up my mind.
She said.
This woman is just some poor lady stranded here as she waits for her ride. As soon as we get inside, we'll be fine.
Billy Ray, knowing it would be fruitless to argue, said under his breath,
It would be fruitless to argue.
and obliged to his smoochum's wishes once more. As they exited the vehicle and began to walk toward the entrance, Billy Ray could not help but wish he had argued with her. The sky was now considerably darker than even Billy Ray had expected from a storm. The clouds, growing an evil green, spun slowly, and it could not be mistaken. They spun directly above the market of Target.
I think we should go.
A roar of thunder and bright lightning split across the sky, followed by an immediate downpour of ice-cold rain. Billy Ray and Lima Bean Jean now sprinted toward the doors. As they passed the strange and ghostly woman, Billy Ray caught the glimpse of something most disturbing. For as they walked by the woman, her head turned and followed them. And there, under the shadow of the hood of her jacket, her lips parted and revealed 2 rows of glistening, rotting, sharpened teeth. Teeth that seemed to have bits of what appeared to be a stringy, fleshly-looking substance stuck between them. Something like that of a raw roast or a steak.
Whatever that was,
Thought Billy Ray to himself.
it wasn't well done, and I respect her for that.
But his respect did nothing to minimize his newly found terror and his desire to leave this market of Target and never come back. Realizing that Lima Bean Jean had already reached the service counter to enroll in the registry for free goodies, he scurried inside and away from the sinister smile of the woman. Once safely inside, he turned, taking one last look toward the door.
Cracky,
He whispered to himself.
she's gone.
And so she was. She had disappeared. It should have made Billy Ray feel safer, but yet he felt more in danger now than before. Suddenly, he felt something touch his arm. No, someone. He looked down, and there, holding onto his arm, was a hand. Long and slender, female. Fingernails cracked and dirty. Bloody. He screamed in terror. Eee! And jumped away from the woman, doing a triple sidewinder backflip, jacuzzi style, and turning to face his assumed attacker.
What on earth is wrong with you?
It was Lima Bean Jean. Had that been her hand?
Beanie Babe,
Gasped Billy Ray in relief as he grabbed her hand to see if it had indeed been her.
I don't understand.
He said. Her nails were well kept and beautiful, as normal.
But I don't.
He stuttered.
Someone grabbed my arm, Beanie Babe. It was that woman. It had to be her. Honey, I was standing here the whole time. No one touched you. Nobody was even here.
Lima Bean Jean responded, with concern and worry written across her face.
Now can we please go pick out our stuff?
Billy Ray was terribly confused.
Am I losing it?
He wondered aloud.
Yes, you've gone mad.
Lima Bean Jean replied.
But you're my madman, and we've got a job to do. Now let's get to it.
Billy Ray followed Lima Bean Jean throughout the store as she went from giddy to ecstatic when she began to browse the impressive selection of vacuum cleaners. How could he blame her? Even his own trepidations started to disappear when they began to choose between Dirt Devil, Hoover, Dyson, and Shark. He had always loved vacuums, a collector of sorts, if he was honest.
I'm a collector of all sorts, if I'm honest,
he said to Lima Bean Jean. With a look on her face that only he knew too well, she replied,
Rubbish. These will deal with rubbish just fine.
She was pleased. A man who knew his vacuums was a man worth keeping. It was a trait that landed at number 5 on the National Most Desirable Traits in Men list 2 years in a row. Just then, an employee approached.
Can I help you find anything?
The man asked.
Why, yes,
replied Billy Ray.
I've noticed you've got a vacuum here I'm not familiar with. The Cleanum Automatic 3000. I'd like to see one of those.
As soon as he made the request, Billy Ray had wished he had not. The man's face had a strange twitch to it, almost as if he was hiding something. A smile, perhaps.
Absolutely,
he replied.
But our only test model is in the back. You'll need to follow me there.
Had Billy Ray not been so blindly focused on seeing a new model of vacuum, he would have noticed the man's hands, long and slender fingers, dirty and cracked fingernails, bloody. But neither Billy Ray nor Lima Bean Jean were concerned for their safety now, as they weaved their way through the rows of merchandise goodies that had enchanted them. As they neared the employee entrance to the back of the market of Target, the lights within the store began to flicker and dim.
What's going on with the lights?
Asked Lima Bean Jean, as she felt a spook and chill course through her body.
Oh, the lights. I suppose it's nearing the final hour,
replied the man of the market, with a sickly gleam of anticipation in his eyes.
The final hour? Why, it seems as if we've barely been here. How could that much time have passed so quickly?
Wondered Lima Bean Jean as they followed the man into the back of the store. As soon as they cleared the threshold, the man of the market began to walk differently. His gait changed from upright and even strides to one of shoulders slouched forward, almost crouched, as if he began to walk on all fours. No, not as if. He was walking on all fours.
Sir, are you all right?
Asked Billy Ray, his nervousness now returned. The man stopped, motionless, as if he hadn't even remembered that Billy Ray and Lima Bean Jean had been there at all. As if they had taken him by surprise. Slowly, the man began to turn, head angled slightly to the side, his movements deft and purposeful, like a mountain lion would stalk its prey. Lima Bean Jean grabbed Billy Ray's hand, holding it tightly.
Honey, I think we should go home. Home?
Whispered a voice, clearly the man's, yet more raspy and foul than before.
This is your home,
he said slowly, and began to laugh. It started as a low and guttural noise, growing into a howling cackle like that of a hyena.
Run!
Cried Billy Ray, as he and Lima Bean Jean turned and sprinted back to the doors which they had entered. But when they turned, and their eyes frantically searched for the doors that should have been directly behind them, they saw nothing but a wall, smooth, untouched, like it had been there all along, and the door had never existed. Still, running to where the entrance should have been, they screamed for help, pounding on the wall, yelling, desperate to escape what they had witnessed. But it was no use. No one could hear them.
It's no use. No one can hear us,
Sobbed Lima Bean Jean. Collapsing to the floor, they turned back toward the man, certain that he was there to kill them. But he hadn't moved. Still there, crouched low, eyes glowing, intense with a foul desire. He stared at them for what seemed like eternity. Not a single movement. Not even the blink of an eye.
What do you want from us?
Screamed Billy Ray.
Let us out of here. I am calling the police.
Billy Ray fumbled through his fanny pack, desperate to find his phone. There, he'd found it. He quickly grabbed it and began to dial 911. Then a flicker came across his screen, and another. Then darkness. He looked up slowly toward the man, knowing now that they were forced to face this hideous creature on their own, and saw something terrifyingly familiar. There, on the man's face, was a smile, revealing 2 rows of glistening, rotting, sharpened teeth, filled with the same fleshly substance as the woman they'd seen when they entered. And then as suddenly as he had appeared, the man backed slowly into the shadows, eyes glowing, and was gone. Billy knew what they had to do. They had to get out of there.
We've got to get out of here,
said Billy Ray.
Follow me and stay close, Beanie Babe.
Suddenly, the already dim lights flickered and went out. Laughter, low and evil, cackling, began to surround them. So many voices, shrieks and giggles like that of an innocent child filled the air. Billy Ray screamed.
Help!
He cried in a helpless, painful voice, his grip torn from Lima Bean Jean.
Where are you?
She cried.
Billy Ray!
Something grabbed her and held her tightly. Heavy breathing, the strong scent of rotting flesh, all made stronger by the complete absence of light.
No, please no,
she whimpered. The creature that held her laughed a deep and repulsive laugh. A thud. Shooting pain in the side of her head, and she heard herself fall to the floor. Then nothingness. When she woke, the dim lighting had returned. She sat up.
Billy Ray,
she whispered, as she whimpered and cried. Again the lights flickered. She looked around. There on the floor were Billy Ray's shoes, lying in a pool of blood.
No!
She screamed, no longer caring if the man-creature heard her. But wait, there, a trail of bloodied footprints.
Billy!
She screamed again as she began to follow the footprints. They were his. She knew that. She had memorized that footprint in the 9th grade when they had started dating.
He's alive,
she thought to herself.
And if he's alive and he's hurt, I must save him.
And so she followed the footprints, here and there, ziggy-zagging back and forth like a drunkard, lights flickering faster and faster, her head throbbing from the pain, and then nothing. The trail of footprints had stopped. Like Billy Ray had walked to this point and then disappeared.
Billy Ray,
she shouted, this time with trepidation in her voice. Thump, thump, thump.
What was that?
She thought to herself.
Billy, is that you?
Thump, thump, thump. It was a muted thump, like someone knocking slowly on a door. Then, out of the corner of her eye, she saw it, a lone wooden crate. There, in the middle of the room. Thump, thump, thump. The noise, it had to be coming from the crate.
Billy,
she whispered hopefully to herself. She ran to the crate. A bloody footprint on the top. Yes, here, Billy Ray was here, stuck inside the crate.
I'm here, Billy Ray. Your Beanie Babe is here,
she said as she frantically began to pry the top of the crate open. The cover creaked, groaned, and cracked as she pushed and pulled. It sounded eerily similar to the shrieking and cackling she had heard when the lights had gone out. But she had found Billy, and her mind was set solely on getting him out of the crate. There, the cover was off. In the dim light, she peered into the large crate. Yes, there was Billy, curled tightly into a ball, facing away from her. He looked much smaller than normal, but it was Billy. Almost shrunken and gangly, like she'd never seen him before.
Billy?
She quietly asked, wishing with all her might that she had found him still alive. Wait, yes, he was moving. Thump, thump, thump. Slowly, banging his head against the side of the crate.
Billy Ray, we have to get out of here,
she gasped as she reached down to touch his shoulder. As her fingers made contact with his shoulder, he froze, stiff.
Beanie Babe?
He said, panic filling his voice.
Why are you here? Why did you open the crate?
His shoulders, heaving, shuddered. There was a rattling in his breathing that she had never heard before.
I came to save you,
she pleaded. Silence. Then, head tilted, he slowly began to turn toward her, head angled slightly to one side, deft and purposeful. She had seen this before. She had seen it in the man. Fear and dread began to grip her soul as Billy Ray turned.
What happened to you?
She asked as she began to back away slowly.
I guess I found the dark to be much more comfortable than the light,
he replied.
What are you talking about?
She yelled through tears of betrayal and fear.
I like who I am,
screamed Billy Ray in a low and furious tone he had never used before.
Billy Ray, it's me, your Beanie Babe,
she responded, now sobbing uncontrollably. Billy Ray began to shake and convulse. Laughter, coming deep from within him, began to fizz and gurgle through his voice. He turned, looking straight into the eyes of his once smoochum bride-to-be, and smiled. A great, gaping smile, filled with 2 rows of glistening, rotting, sharpened teeth. Lima Bean Jean screamed. Turning to run, she heard Billy Ray climbing from the box, laughing hysterically and calling her name, taunting her.
Come here, you parasite. You're just as bad as the rest of us. I'll do it slow so you can feel every bit of the pain you deserve.
There, a room with a small light, an office, a phone, and a computer. She could try to communicate for help. It was her only chance to survive.
Come on, Beanie Babe. Let's just have a bit of fun, eh?
Shouted Billy Ray as the room began to fill with howling, cackling, and a sickly, evil chorus of laughter. Lima Bean Jean reached the door, slamming it behind her. She locked it and threw a filing cabinet down in front of it to buy time before running to the phone. No dial tone. It was dead. She sat at the computer, frantically hoping to find some way to communicate with the outside world. But she paused. Something had caught her eye, and she stopped, her gaze frozen. There on the screen was the live feed of all the security cameras of the store.
What? I don't understand,
she said, breathless. There, walking through the store, were none other than Billy Ray and herself. Happy, in love, safe and secure.
This can't be,
she said to herself now having trouble breathing due to the weight of the panic she felt. A knock on the glass window. She looked up and saw, circling the office, hundreds of faces. All people with faces sunken, gangly, seething hatred. Billy Ray, the employee man, and the woman from the entryway all stood together.
I told you this was home.
Said the man.
Welcome to the market of Target.
Sneered the woman. Lima Bean Jean, tears streaming down her face, looked at Billy Ray.
Why?
She asked.
That body on the screen,
Replied Billy Ray.
that's only part of you. What really counts is the part that people can't see. We can be who we really are now.
Lima Bean Jean stared at him with pleading eyes.
You'll see.
He said. Then his lips parted, revealing his sharpened teeth filled with the strange fleshly substance.
Oh, and this? Let's just say it's how we welcome the newcomers.
Lima Bean Jean heard the sea of people erupt in their vile howling and cackling. The door burst open, and she was aware of nothing but laughter, pain, and darkness.
Hey everybody. Hope you like the story. We had fun doing it.
Yeah, it was a first time for us,
Yeah.
and yeah,
It's something different.
right. Not really all that spooky.
Right. Hopefully not
But-
too spooky.
Yeah, but you know, in the Halloween theme, I don't like.
If you guys have any stories that you want us to narrate, let us know.
Yeah.
Totally down for it. If they're not too long.
But for real, it's been a really awesome first season,
Yeah.
and really appreciate everyone who's listened so far. And you know what? Season 2 is going to be even better.
Yeah, it is.
So
And if you're not on our Instagram or Twitter, make sure you guys get on those, start following us.
absolutely.
Because if you are not on those, you wouldn't have seen the pictures that the cabin is now on its foundation.
Woo.
And the cabin, I mean, the studio.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll definitely be back in there for season 2.
Sweet.
So sound quality and things like that should only be getting better.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
because that is something that we do want for the show. Is to
Right.
have it be good to listen to.
Right. And content, we've already got some crazy ideas coming your way for season 2.
Yep.
So
It's gonna be good.
yeah.
It's gonna be good.
All right, we will see you a couple times between season 1 and season 2. Expect us for a Thanksgiving special and a Christmas special. Keep an eye out for those. Other than that, hey, season 2, January 4th.
Let's go.
All right.
Bye.